consider subscribing if you like anything about this video. But if you're not new, welcome back. But before we get into this video, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that bell to be notified, and also check out my social media. It's gonna be right there in the corner. Now let's get into the video. So as you can tell by the title, as I told you before, well, I don't know, I informed you guys on my Instagram that I'm gonna be doing a tips on Thursday kind of atmosphere. So this is going to be our first episode of tips on Thursday. Now if you do have a suggestion on what I should call tips on Thursday, if you think of another name, feel free down below and let me know what it should be called instead of tips on Thursday. So let's get into it. As you can tell by the title, the first episode is going to be about finances and different tips you can use to start saving your money. So I know I already have a playlist on money series players on my channel, but I just wanted to go in depth on a few things that has helped me as well can help you in the future or currently if you're trying to save money and help you out in that aspect. So the first thing I want to say is when it comes to saving money or anything like that, you want to make sure that you have everything intact, meaning your budgeting, your income, you know what's coming in, and you also know what's coming out, and you want to make sure that you have a clear understanding of what you're spending your money on and basically how that is helping you or basically maybe deterring you from saving money in the long run. So when you want to just make sure that you take a paper or something like that, or even on your laptop or your phone, and just make a list of all the bills that you have monthly, bills that you have monthly. You want to put that down, actually write it out, because it helps me a lot to know exactly where my money is going instead of just spending it and not knowing exactly how much I'm spending and how much money I'm actually getting in. So it's like it helps a lot if I see it on paper instead of just on my phone or like electronic. I feel like anything for me, like if I see it on paper, I really can understand it and just seeing it on like a laptop or my phone or something like that. So make sure you write it out. So you just get a piece of paper, write down all the expenses that you have, maybe just, you know, your rent, your light bill, food or anything like that, and just make sure you put everything down on the list, exactly where you have all your recurring expenses. You want to put that on a list to see exactly how much it is, how much you're spending. So you want to put the category like your bill, the name of your bill, how much you paying a month, and when it's due. Like if it's due every 2 weeks, if it's due every month, you want to make sure you put that there. And then also I'll say in the top corner or whatever, or at the bottom, you would just say this is how much money I have coming in that month in order for me to pay all the bills that I have in my recurring list. So that helps a lot as well. So you'll know exactly what you have coming in, and then also you know how much money you'll be able to use in order to in order to pay your bills on time and efficiently. So with that being said, with budgeting, I just make sure that, like I said in a previous video, that you want to make sure that you have all the money that you have coming in. You want to put that down, include all your little side jobs you might have, maybe do hair or anything like that. Whatever you do trying to get this money, you want to put that, make sure you add that to the collection of your income, because you want to make sure that you have you know exactly how much money you have coming in order to budget, and then also put aside something for savings. So like I said, make sure you do that. And then also when you're able to see like, oh, I'm actually saving a lot of money on this and that, instead of, like for me, I stopped eating out for like a few months, and I was able to save a lot of money before I was just spending money on fast food. I'm not going to lie about that. So, like I said, you can be saving a lot of money and you don't even know if you just write it down and like actually understand like, oh, I'm spending like $20 on fast food when I could be saving that money and putting it to the side, and I can go back to that money instead of just cook at home. You know what I'm saying? So I would just suggest that. So that's what comes with budgeting. Like I said, just make sure you write everything down and understand like what's coming in and what's going out. And then that helps me out a lot. And then also just make sure you write it down on a piece of paper and not, so that's number one. That's tip number one, budgeting. And then number two, I want to say this. I want to make sure it's understanding, like when it comes to saving, you want to make sure that you're not eliminating every expense that you have, but you want to make sure that you have an appropriate amount of money designated for your expenses. And you don't want to go overboard. Like I said, for example, like going out to fast food. It's okay to eat fast food, but don't eat it like I would say, like, don't eat it every single day. Like, try to do maybe twice a week instead of doing it every single day. You can do twice a week for fast food. You can put that to the side. You can put your money to the side for fast food. And then after that, then the money that you've saved by cooking at home, you can put that into a savings account instead of having money just keep on going to other stuff that necessarily won't help you in the long run, because once you eat that fast food, it's gone. You know what I'm saying? So it's not going to be there when you need it. So basically, all I'm saying with that is make sure that you live it. So like I'm leading into the second tip, is live in your means. So if you know exactly how much you have to spend on rent, you know how much money you have to spend on lights, you know how much money you have to spend on other necessities that will help you actually live, then I would say live in those means and not go outside your budget. Sometimes it's okay to go out, it's okay to splurge, but just understand that, hey, I gotta make sure that my bills are paid or my expenses are met before I go out and splurge. Now, some people say that you actually, like, they say to pay yourself first. So like, say for instance, you get your check and you know that you have these lists of bills that are coming up, but you also want to put aside a portion of your money for yourself, basically paying yourself, and that goes back into your savings account. So like I said, it's important that you live in your means, but also remember to like pay yourself first, but then also make sure you have enough money to pay the rest of your bills in order for you to live. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you do that. And then also, with that being said, living in your means, understand, like I said, it's not about stopping everything that you're doing in order for you to save money, but it's important that you put aside, money aside that will help you for all your upcoming bills. Okay, so that's number two. Tip number two is just to live in your means and understand that it's okay to splurge, but also you want to make sure all your important stuff comes first before you go into doing other stuff. And like I said, once you do that, once you start budgeting and then making sure that you live it in your means at time, it will pay off in the long run. And then you'll be able to have more money that you've saved. And then you can be able to splurge on whatever you want to splurge on, because you took the necessary steps in order for you to get where you needed to get. So the last tip I will give you guys is to create an emergency savings fund. Now, emergency fund in general. Now, like I said, it does not have, like, your emergency fund does not have to be in a bank. It can be at your house. It can be wherever you want it to be. But this money is for you when you really, really need something, and like there's no other way for you to get what you need, or pay for something that is really important. Then I would suggest that you create an emergency fund. Now, set aside, this is not your savings fund, this is something else. So like, you have your savings account, then you have this fund where you can have extra money that is getting put into it whenever you have the chance to put it in. So basically, like I said, like, say for instance, you don't have enough money in your savings account, but you have an emergency fund, you can add whatever you don't have into that savings account and put it together, and then you have enough money. So I encourage everybody to have like an emergency fund whenever you can, because that money will help you in the long run. And then also, like I said, it's basically another savings account, but it's more so, it's here hand, like you can grab, like you put your money, like you put your hand in this account when you need it, instead of having to go to the bank probably, or just calling and making these arrangements to get the money. You can just get it when you need it. So I encourage you to do that. That was tip number 3, which is to create a emergency savings fund when you have the chance to. It's important that, like, all these steps that I'm telling you to do, like I said, like for me, it helps me out a lot, and I wanted to just share this with you guys. But it's important that we, like I said before, it's important that we start saving our money and actually investing in ourselves. And this is a good way for us to start investing in ourselves. Once we start saving our money, then we can do whatever we want to do with our money, basically. So it's just a start to start saving your money, then it can help to invest in whatever you want to do, whether it be starting your own business, whether it be anything that helps you in the long run. Investing in you, maybe it's helping you to pay off some of your pay off student loans, maybe it's to buy a new car, maybe it's whatever you want to do, maybe it's to start a savings fund to start to buy a new house or something like that. So I'm gonna go over these 3 tips with you guys, which is budgeting, living in your means, and then also make sure that you have an emergency fund whenever you need that money. And that's all I have for you guys. So if you enjoyed this video, if you did, comment down below which tip stood out to you the most. If you enjoyed this video, also comment it down. Let me know if you already knew about this or if you thought about this already. Let me know what you think about this. And then also, I will be coming back to you guys on next Thursday with another tip. It might be financial, it might not be financial, but it's gonna be every single Thursday. I will be coming to you with a new tip, whether it be financial or YouTube related or anything like that I feel can help you as a person and grow you as a person. I will be back on Thursday with that. So if you like this video, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that bell to be notified. It's right there in the corner. Make sure you hit that bell, and also because it helps me out a lot, because I'm on the road to 500 subscribers. So if you want to help a girl out and if you want to be a part of the fam, what are you waiting for? Make hit that bell to be notified. And thanks for watching, and always remember to love yourself and be yourself, and I will see you in this video.